So guys, I wasn't sure that I was going to have any more updates for this whole chemo stem cell thing. Well, so I went today for the mock-up on radiation. Come to find out, this is this crazy thing. So I go up there and they talk to me and they tell me all this stuff about radiation. It looks like it's going to be an hour and a half getting radiation. An hour and a half. They're going to do the top half of my body and they're going to do the bottom half of my body. And they said you'll get a little break in between, possibly 2 treatments, but I was told only 1. Yeah. So I go in there and I talk to the doctor and he tells me all this stuff and gets me up to speed on the radiation thing. Well, then we go back. Now, by this time, I'm all stripped down. I'm in a gown and down to my socks and my underwear. For those of you that have no idea of what this entails, so it's full body, head to toe radiation. So they made a mold. So they got this stuff. I don't know what it is. Anyway, they pour all these bottles of stuff into this big plastic bag. Alright, well, I was like kind of cold because I didn't, I'm sitting there in a gown in my underwear. They said, don't worry about it. You will not need a blanket. So they get this thing and they get it on the table. So we're doing a mock radiation. This is not a real radiation yet. They're getting me ready. So they pour all this stuff in a thing and it's in a big plastic bag and I sit down on the table and they help me get in position. This stuff is hot. It's like, feels really great. It did wonders for my shoulder. It's like, oh yeah, whoa. Did wonders for my shoulder because I got this tendon that I need to have fixed. Well, because of all this other stuff, I haven't been able to do anything with that or have it fixed or whatever. But that'll come afterwards. Another thing I did not know, and he told me. So radiation kind of accelerates cataracts. Well, I got 2 of them. So I'll probably be having cataract surgery before long. So they said they're not big enough to do anything with right now. So anyway, back to the story. We're in this, laying on this plastic bag of stuff and they're molding it up, pushing it up around me. I'm sitting here, got my arms next to my body and my legs straight out, and they're pushing it up and they're molding it to my body. Well, when it cools, it's like I can't move. I'm like in this catacomb thing, whatever. And they take and they're making a mold of a face barrier or whatever. It's all nice and hot and plastic latex stuff, and they push it down. So now I'm like this with a thing over my face. Now this is for full body radiation, and it's not like normal radiation where you go in there and you're getting it for lung cancer or whatever. sorry about that. Didn't mean to. I know what has been seen cannot be unseen. So anyway, they got me all marked up. They told me when I take a shower, don't really, wash around it. And I got to make this stuff last and stay for 3 weeks before they even do a treatment. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. So, I'm getting a Hickman catheter the 15th of October. I go in the hospital on the 16th of October. They start giving me chemo for like 6 days straight, I think. The 23rd or the 22nd, I think I get radiation. And I think the 23rd of October, they start the blood transfusion to give me the stem cells. But I just thought it was a real interesting thing about the whole total body radiation. So here's the thing for that. So they're saying it will reduce the chances of the AML, Myelodyslpasic Syndrome, coming back. And secondly, it'll reduce chances of me having donor rejection graft syndrome. That would be awesome if I don't have that. So, a month in the hospital and providing I'm not sick, no fever, diarrhea, whatever, dehydration, I get to go home. So then I will be home for 60 days. And I can't be in any big crowds, no concerts. They don't want me around people taking a chance on making me sick because my immune system will not have been built up yet. It's kind of cool. They said when I get down to 40 hours of sick time, the place I work for was really a big place. It's UAB Hospital, Birmingham, Alabama. Best place I can think of that I can be employed at right now. But they said you can request more sick time, and if you're really sick, there's usually not an issue of getting more sick time. It's like a stem cell transplant. There shouldn't be a problem. So actually, my boss has said he would donate time, and my sister-in-law, she works there. I don't think she has enough time to donate. You have to have so much time to be able to give it to somebody else. You got to be able to take care of yourself first. But if she does, that'll be great. And then there's another guy that I work with. He said he would donate time. And there's this one other guy that I know. He'll probably donate time. But either way, they said you can request more time, and it shouldn't be a problem getting more time. So I'm looking at 3 to 4 months off work. I've got this little thing through. I worked for an ambulance service for a while, kept getting sick, and with this AML and stuff, things were changing so much, and I kept, I caught COVID a couple of times, and my wife was ready for me to be off the bus, and I was ready to be off the bus. So, where I'm working at, I typically get 4 days a week. It's a change in money status, because I'm not, I worked 2 jobs. I worked for the ambulance service and, where I'm at now. But it's been an adjustment. But we're doing okay. So with the way this is going to play out, I'll get sick time till it runs out, and then we'll apply for more sick time. Then the little it's kind of like Aflac, but it's not Aflac. I have this little insurance policy. I think it pays $1,000 or $1,500 a month, up to 3 months that you cannot work. And the guy said you get $500 or $1,000 for admission to the hospital. And it's a lot of paperwork you got to fill out. Doctors got to sign it and all that kind of stuff. They just don't say. They just don't hand out money, right? So what I'm anticipating is going through all this stuff and rehabbing at home, doing my doctor follow-ups and all that kind of stuff, and then hopefully 3 to 4 months I will be back doing my job. I really, I'll be 62 next year, providing nothing, goes wrong, and I turn out to be, medically disabled and can't go back. I don't really want that to happen. No, don't want that. But we're not going to talk about that, because I have the great Creator in my corner, and God Almighty is gonna. I saw this thing. This lady it was this old video on Facebook, and she said, I pray sometimes, and when she would pray, God, give me whatever you're going to. Give me what you want. Just give me the strength to be able to walk through what you give me. I've always been that guy that won't lay down and just be sick. I've never been in the hospital. Never had a broken bone. Rode motorcycles most of my life. Just, never been really sick. And now this pre-leukemia stuff is staring me in the face, and we gotta get it done, get her done, get the transplant, and make sure that I don't get an infection, I don't get sick, and I don't land myself back in the hospital. None of that stuff. And get back to work, and hopefully do have a decent post-transplant life. But that's the update. I just wanted to throw out, the stuff about the radiation because, I don't think, that's something interesting. Total body cast, phase, hour and a half of radiation, not 2 minutes. Like, everybody else gets 2 minutes for like 6 or 8 weeks, and I'm getting an hour and a half, boom, one day. So, with that, peace out. Be good. Treat each other great. Love each other. Be kind to each other. I know it's hard sometimes, and sometimes we don't think about what's going on tomorrow. Well, this is tomorrow for me. This is tomorrow. When I went through this radiation mock-up, everything is getting real. Realer, I guess. That's when they first said it, and they started talking about transplant and all the stuff that it entails. It doesn't get real until you start doing it, and they start setting dates, and this is going to happen here, and this is going to happen there, and yeah, it's real. And man, I just want to be able to get back and take care of my family, and hopefully retire in another 2-3 years. If I retire in 4 years, I'll be 65. I have a okay retirement and Social Security, and spend the rest of my life doing whatever I want to do, which is really what people want to do to begin with. They just want to do what they want to do and not have to work their whole life to be able to do it. But that's part of it. So I want to get through this